Hello and welcome to Sublime Science HQ. You're here with me, Atomic Alex, for the first in an 8-part series of experiments. Now these are all home experiments that you guys can do easily at home with things you just typically got lying around home. And this is all with a view to supporting you guys in your home learning at the moment. Okay, we're really keen to support you guys in that. But also to make science fun. Science should always be fun. There's no excuse for science not to be fun. It's how the universe works. And this is all in association with Tim Henman Foundation online, as they do some great work. Really excited to be working with those guys, and you can find out a bit more about them by following the link that's posted along with this page. You just want to swipe up, and the link is just thfonline.org. Okay, so you want to follow that, you can find out more about them. Now, we want you guys to get into this as much as possible. Okay, we need to let us know how your experiments go, what went well, what maybe didn't go quite so well. Okay, often things in science, things don't quite work out first time. It's all about trial and error. That's how some of the greatest scientific discoveries have been made. But also, get a little bit competitive, okay? We're actually going to be running a competition throughout these 8 weeks. We're going to be looking at all the experiments that you guys post in. And the best experiment across those 8 weeks, we're actually going to award with a free science party. Okay, so all expenses paid. We do science parties including slime making, sweet making, smoke bubbles, smoke rings, loads of other bits and pieces. Between an hour and an hour and a half, you guys are going to get one of those for free if you manage to post in the best experiment, okay? You can be as wacky as possible, really creative, try out loads of new things. We're going to pick out the best one from those 8 weeks, okay? You have 8 weeks to get the best one in. But we're also going to award 10 runners-up with a home science lab kit, okay? So we've only got 8 experiments, some of our favourites, but there's loads more that we could pick from that we've got showcased in our books. And they're going to be included in those home lab kits, so you can do even more with them. Just be sure when you do post your own experiments in, that you add the hashtag THFOnline2020. Okay, so that's THFOnline2020. Okay, so again, you can just swipe up to have a look at the hashtag. So, without any further ado, we're going to get stuck into our first experiment of the day. Now, this one, is what we like to call the egg drop challenge. Okay, so potentially a little bit explosive. We'll see how it goes. So, a few things that you need for this. Again, just bits you've got lying around home. Firstly, you want some scrap paper, ideally scrap. Make sure you're being as eco as you can. Very important. You just want some string, some sellotape, some scissors, a pencil, and of course an egg. Okay, so we've got egg bit here. Okay, so a little bit shine down there. So, our first step in our egg drop challenge, we need to make a structure that's actually going to protect our egg when we drop him. Okay, so the first phase is making something that hopefully is just going to absorb that initial impact, okay, as it makes contact with the ground. So, I'm going to take a seat to this bit. So, with your pencil, you're just going to tuck it into one of your bits of paper and just roll it along. You just need to make 7 of these tubes of paper. Okay, so you want roughly a pencil, width. It's quite a small circumference, a small ball. So you just roll the pencil along. And just with a bit of tape, and tap that down. Make sure you go right up to the end so it's nice and secured. Nothing's going to suddenly fall apart at the end. On the egg, that's okay if it does. Okay, so just similar to that. Okay, so you want about 7 of those roughly. You can have a few more if you like, but 7 is absolutely fine. Now your next step, you're going to grab your egg. So that's what egg that comes out. Are you ready? No, I did not say that. No, you're not coming. We're live on TV. Come on. It's on Instagram. You ready? Good man. Okay. Hello, Egbert. So feel free to name yours. Okay, let us know what you call them. I'm sure you think of something more original than that. So Egbert, we're going to pop it to one side there. Now you need to arrange your 7 pencil-like paper tubes, or pencil-sized paper tubes even, around Egbert. Okay. So what we're going to do here is just grab a bit of tape. Start off just like this. You can have one just going across Egbert's face. And make sure it's nicely secured, particularly as you start. So there's your first one, okay? And you're then just going to gradually build these up. So initially just forming a triangular shape, a round effort. But you're going to end up essentially with a bit of a snowflake pattern, okay? So as the ends of the paper tubes are actually poking out, and hopefully, our hypothesis at least, our prediction, is that that's all just going to help with the actual initial shock absorption, like I say. So you've got that one there. Just keep taping it down, secure it really well. Just going to do one more to show you guys. And you can kind of thread them in between each other. That might be a nice way to do it. Again, you can test out different ways of doing it. There are lots of different ways. It's all about experimentation. Make a hypothesis. What do you think is going to be the best way? And then give that a go. And of course, you can try it a few times. Pick the best one that you think is most likely to win the prize before you post it. Okay, so you start to create, as I say, this snowflake-like structure. Okay, so that's just 3 added there. Got 4 more that I could add. But I'm now into one I made earlier. So you should end up with something like this. Okay, so snowflake structure. As I say, here's the one I made earlier. So you can see how you gradually build it up. Okay. So now that you've got that structure, hopefully that's going to say absorb that initial shock. But we need to slow it a bit down a little bit before it actually hits the ground. So our idea on that shore is a parachute. So this is where our string comes in, and you want roughly a metre length of your string. So I've got a 50 centimetre ruler. If you want to be really exact, something like that. That's roughly a metre. And all you're then going to do is just pick on one of the paper tubes that you think is particularly well attached to your egg. So just kind of give it a bit of a play around, see which one's really well attached. And we're going to pick on this one here. And all you're going to then do is thread your bit of string down through that paper tube. So you should have something like this, okay, but now you of course need a parachute. So that's where the one that I didn't mention earlier, a plastic bag, comes in. So if you've got one just lying around. So actually already got a bit of string attached onto that one. It's also a good idea, by the way, just have the ends nicely tied off. So I say, then just thread that through your chosen paper tube. And that final step there is just to tie each end onto one of the handles. So we've got one there done already. Just going to do this last one. There we go. It's time for fun bit. Time to test it. So we're going to try this from various different heights. You're going to see just how high we can actually raise this. And how much egg it can take, how much stress you can take. So, we're going to move outside. Be back with me in just a couple of moments.